Welcome back to Josh's Smart Home. If there's one thing I really like about my smart home, it's when it saves me time and energy. And one of my least favorite chores, like I'm sure a lot of you, is cleaning the swimming pool. Who wants to be doing that? And that is where this beauty comes in. Stay tuned to learn more about it. For years, we've had a robotic pool cleaner, but they all have their challenges. Like the one we had cords everywhere. It would get tangled up in the pool. It wouldn't get to some of the places in the pool, and it always had problems. Even the ones without the cords, you had to fish them out, plug them in, and it was way too much hassle. What if I could make all those issues a thing of the past? This is the Wybot S2 Solar, and as its name suggests, it actually has a solar charging station. So it comes back to the dock and charges from solar. So it can go out and it can do the water line, it can do the bottom of the pool, the sides of the pool, and then you don't have to fish it out. It just goes back to its dock, charges, and then does it again as scheduled. It's awesome. So let's get it unboxed. I'll show you what's inside. I'll give you some real world demo, and then I'll let you know the pros and cons. So stay tuned. I was really getting frustrated with our old corded robotic pool cleaner that we got from the pool company, and I knew we needed to move on. So I went ahead and bought this Wybot S2 because I don't want our pool looking like this anymore. And that's how the pool cleaner used to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and start with the robotic pool cleaner itself, then we'll move on to the solar panel. First, you get the quick start guide, and it's really just a quick 2 sides. It looks like 6 steps here, so hopefully it's pretty easy to get this thing up and running. Next, we have the docking station. So you can see with this, the robot would pull itself up onto this docking station and hang there to recharge or to be stationary, in between cleanings. And this does have a cord on top that will connect up to the solar panel unit so that it can get power right from the sun, not from your electricity. The next layer here, we have a couple things. The first one is the charging cord. I believe you can plug in the robot directly on top of it. So you have the charging cord there, and then you have a hook and some miscellaneous pieces that come with it. Looks like maybe a filter or some flotation items and some pamphlets in here. And last but not least, we have the robot itself. It's a fun sound. So here we are with the robot itself, and I think that this compartment up here, pops open, and here you can see the filter, and that's the first filter, and then there's a secondary filter here as well. So that's a really neat setup, and I'll show you up close what this looks like here in a second. On the back here, we have, this is the charging port. So right here we have the charging port if you're going to plug it in directly. And then I'll flip it over so you can see the bottom as well. So we have 2 brushes here, and then the track system at the sides here. And here are close-ups of the filter. So the first one, the first level filter, you can see it's a pretty big basket, and I can put, my hand in here, and it's pretty deep. So you can see quite the voluminous, section here, way in, pretty deep. Lots of leaves or other debris could be fit in here pretty easily. And then we have the more sponge-like filter as well. So this is another level of filtration that the water passes through as the robot cleans your pool. Now that I've showed you everything that comes with the robot itself in that box, let's dig into the solar panel box. So right off the bat, I realized we have some pretty good packaging. There's foam on top, and then there's another level of like the egg crate foam on top of that, underneath that, protecting the solar panel, which is immediately exposed then once you get those 2 pieces out of the way. And first reaction is this thing has some weight to it. You can see it's the solar panel in a bag here, and then I think there's a flap or something on the back. Here you can see better what that flap was. That's the part that goes down to the pool and it's flexible so it can lean against the edge of the pool there. And this is a solar panel, like I said, has a cautionary don't step on it, and just a couple of buttons on top, a home button, and it looks like a play button. And then there is a charging cord connector right here, and here's the charging. It's just 2 pins. It is slightly different than the other unit, but there are cords in this box, and I just wanted to give you a close-up look here at the solar panel itself, and then this back bracket that flexes to go into the pool. And then there's just a plug that plugs into the wall and an extension cord. I'll come up close so you can see the connection. So here's our common US plug right here. And then we have the connection. And then you can see this is the extension with both ends of the connection here. So now that I got everything with the Wybot S2 Solar unpacked and getting ready to be set up, I'm going to head out to the pool, set this thing up, let you know how that went. And like I said, I'll let you know what the results are at the end as well. So stay tuned. So now let's go through the specs and features of this device. First, obviously, it's solar powered and totally cordless on normal operating. That doesn't mean you can't use it on cloudy days. It'll store the power up in the battery in the device as well as on the charging station. So what if you have a bunch of cloudy days, a lot of rain all in a row? Well, you can use an included cord to charge it from your AC power. So no real issue there. Minor inconvenience, yes, but not a deal breaker. And when you are able to charge it from the solar, obviously you're going to be saving your electric bill. So it's a nice touch to have that solar panel included, that you can utilize that and not, raise your electric to be cleaning your pool. Second thing I want to mention is the app control and scheduling. The app's not 100% there in my opinion, but it does have, basic controls, and you can use the scheduling feature. So I have mine set to go out like 3 times a week, do different, cleanings of the pool, and it keeps it pristine all the time. The next feature the Wybot boasts is the powerful suction. We're going to be testing out in just a minute, but it can get not only the leaves, but it can also get the debris, the sand, the algae. So we're trying that out, and I'll let you know how that goes. And one other thing I wanted to mention was this is made for only in-ground pools, but I did install it on an above-ground pool. With the deck around it, it works just fine. All right, enough talk. Let's see how this thing performs in a real-world environment right in our pool. You can see our other robot left this thing pretty dirty. I started with a full cleaning cycle, and right away, I was impressed by its methodical cleaning pattern. It covers the floor systematically and has no trouble climbing the wall to scrub the water line, which is often a problem area for other cleaners. It navigated around the pool ladder without any issues, as well as our steps. The powerful jets of water it uses to propel itself also seem to help kick up debris for the suction to grab. Okay, the cleaning cycle is complete. Let's check out the results. So now's the moment of truth. It finished the cleaning cycle, so let's see what we have inside. And as you can see here, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Definitely picking up all those really tiny things, lots of hair and other debris, grass and such in here. So it did a really good job. And the pool looks fantastic now because it doesn't have any of this in it. We also have the secondary filter, and you can see this definitely picked up some stuff that slid through the first one. Now that you've seen it working, it's time for the good, the bad, and the connected. Starting off with the good, it truly is an automated cleaning experience that you really don't need to touch. And you did see how well it performed. Definitely has the suction power and the capabilities to clean your pool. Finally, it's eco-friendly and cost-effective because you don't need to worry about charging it all the time. You can utilize the sun's rays for that. The not so good. Well, obviously the biggest one here is the price. It is a premium product, therefore you do have a premium price to go with it. And the other major concern that I've seen is regarding the app and the customer service. The app has some basic functionalities, but sometimes there are issues with it and getting things connected, particularly the robot. It's supposed to utilize the docking station to make that connection, but sometimes there are hiccups there. And regarding the smart home connected aspect here, it does not feature, Google Home or Amazon's Assistant or Apple's Assistant. There's not a really good integration I found within Home Assistant. I found one that was being developed, but I couldn't get it to connect with mine. So I haven't had any great solution there on integrating it with the rest of my smart home, but this is pretty much a standalone product. You schedule it, it utilizes the sun's rays, it goes out and cleans, and every once in a while you empty out the basket there. So it's a set and forget type situation. So connected home isn't really that important for this one. So who is the Wybot S2 Solar really for? Well, if you're a pool owner and you value your time, it's definitely for you. Or if you're just a really tech savvy individual, it's been a great addition to our smart home. And it's really been a set and forget, which is my favorite thing when it comes to maintenance and chores. I don't like doing them. So do you think it's worth the investment? Let me know in the comments section below, and like and subscribe if this video is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one.